ProPink Complete Blown-in Insulation System by Owens Corning. The following video will give you instructions on how to install the ProPink Complete Blown-in Insulation System. These instructions are only a summary guideline for installing ProPink Complete Blown-in Insulation Systems. Install only after appropriate training. After completing this video, you should be able to identify tools and equipment used to install loose-fill insulation in new construction walls, inspect and prepare the job site prior to hanging fabric, hang the fabric for Owens Corning L77 loose-fill insulation, operate the blowing machine, properly blow Owens Corning L77 loose-fill into walls, check for proper density using the inspector gauge, and complete the job after walls are blown and inspected. Remember, job site safety is always paramount. Always use the proper PPE on the job site. The Owens Corning ProPink Complete Blown-in Insulation System is an innovative loose-fill wall system that includes the ProPink Complete fabric, L77 loose-fill insulation, and the Inspector density gauge. This loose-fill wall system uses no moisture, glue, or binders. It is the perfect system for insulating in all climates, and it doesn't require a time delay prior to completing the interior finishing. Tools and equipment needs for installation of the ProPink Complete Blown-in Insulation System. Insulation machine with hose, 150 feet of 3-inch or 4-inch, air compressor with hose, pneumatic stapler long rail, nozzle and hose, 2.5-inch, 15 feet, Inspector density gauge, PPE, duct tape, Owens Corning ProPink 1 gun foam, Owens Corning fabric. Inspecting the job site. Once you arrive at the job site, you should begin by inspecting for safety issues such as boards and protruding nails, open stairwells, and other safety concerns. Make sure that all rough electrical and plumbing have been inspected by the building official. Looking at the posted building permit should provide you information. The project must be inspected and ready for installation. Job site preparation is very important. Pre-clean wall cavities and job site. Remove nails that might interfere with fabric installation. Apply sealants such as Owens Corning Energy Complete or ProPink Complete gun foam. Install bats and blocking and vents if necessary. Lay out hose, secure nozzle to end hose, set up pneumatic equipment at 75 psi, lubricate the pneumatic staple gun, lay out the fabric and cut, position ladders and stilts, and wear the proper PPE. Take a look at the expected productivity. Hanging fabric, you'll get about 3,000 to 3,500 feet per day on 8-foot walls. The blowing the wall cavities with insulation, you'll get about 30 to 35 seconds to fill an 8 to 9 foot cavity 2x4, and to fill a 8 foot 9 foot 2x6 it'll take 40 to 50 seconds. Also, you'll see the material coverage chart which lists the different R values of the different densities for Owens Corning system. Before installing the fabric, be sure to clean all the wall cavities and then seal all penetrations with a product like Owens Corning ProPink 1 gun foam. Special note, in this picture you'll notice the Energy Complete on the top plate and the fabric below the gasketing material. Always when applying Energy Complete, put the fabric below the gasketing material. Special note, insulate with batt material if less than 1.5 between studs before applying fabric. Wall installation of fabric. Step 1. Choose a wall section, unroll the fabric along the wall section and cut to the desired length with a razor knife or scissors. Step 2. Staple the fabric to the lower top plate at the corner of the wall. Step 3. Staple across the entire top plate. Step 4. Move to the middle of the wall at the floor level, pull the material tight and staple to the bottom plate. Step 5. Work your way from the middle of the wall toward the corner, stretching the fabric and stapling to the bottom plate as you go. Step 6. Finish by stapling along each stud and around any window or door openings. Check out this installation technique when insulating fabric around windows. ProPink Complete blown-in insulation systems can be used on common wall applications such as this picture of a garage wall. Make sure you staple the fabric on both sides of the wall. Operation of the blowing machine. Check fluid levels, belts, hoses, and chains prior to leaving the shop. Confirm machine and hopper are clear of tools and debris. Begin the material gate to 1/2 to 3/4 open. Begin with air bypass 1/2 inch or 25% open. Spray a few cavities, 6 to 12. Check the densities using the Owens Corning Inspector density gauge. Adjust the machine settings as necessary. Always use safe practices when operating the machine. When lifting the bags, avoid bending and twisting at the same time. Use proper lifting techniques. To load the machine, the bag should be slit along the short sides first and then along the front edge. The material will expand out of the bag to the hopper. Do not reach your hands into the hopper and take care not to drop knives into the machine. Connecting the hose. The blowing machine is configured with 150 feet of 3 or 4 inch hose. When blowing walls, an additional 15 feet of 2.5 inch hose is attached to allow for better flexibility. Before connecting the 2.5 inch hose, it is suggested that the hose be blown free of all materials to prevent clogging of the reduced hose assembly. A metal nozzle is attached to the end of the 2.5 inch hose. The nozzle is designed to be able to poke through the fabric and direct the flow when blowing the insulation. Different lengths of nozzles can be made so taller walls can be insulated from the ground. Filling to the proper density. Every cavity must be filled to the proper density. There should be no light spots or bulging of the cavity. Normally it takes 30 to 35 seconds to fill an 8-foot 2x4 cavity and 40 to 45 seconds to fill an 8-foot by 2x6 cavity. Overfilling causes insulation bridging and bulging cavities. Not filling enough creates light spots and holes. These areas will not provide the necessary R value and must be corrected. Inspectors look for proper density when examining blown walls. If they detect bulging, light spots, or other inconsistencies, the job may not pass inspection. One of the key components for the ProPink Complete blown-in insulation system is the inspector density gauge. You will see that on the attached chart the densities listed and the R values that will be reached at those density levels. Also, you will see the bag coverage that to be expected from using L77 loose fill with the ProPink Complete blown-in insulation system. To get more details on how to use the Owens Corning Inspector Density Gauge, please see Owens Corning publication number 101133-E or see the video about the Inspector Density Gauge by Owens Corning. Job completion. Conduct a walkthrough to make sure all cavities are insulated. Use a broom to sweep down any walls. If required by local code, apply a vapor retarder. Document your densities on the Owens Corning ProPink Complete blown-in wall insulation card. Pack up hoses and equipment. Clean up job site. There you have it. Owens Corning ProPink Complete blown-in insulation system.